My friend Mary was so upset when her husband of 15 years, James, told her he wanted them to open up their marriage. My friend Mary said she needed to talk to me urgently. I said to her, of course, come over for a coffee and a chat. Well, what she told me left me speechless, to be honest. She said James told her that after them being together for more than 20 years, well, it's left him feeling like he's missing out. He said he wanted them to both start seeing other people. He said it wouldn't affect their marriage as long as they were both honest and open about it. He said that they could make rules that they both agreed to follow. She said at first that she was horrified by the idea and asked him if he'd been having an affair. He assured her that he hadn't been. He said this was the whole point, that if it happens, they'd both be honest and open about it and in agreement, so it wouldn't be cheating. Anyway, she told him that she'd think about it and asked me what I thought and if I would do something like that in my own marriage to Jeff. I told her no way. I said each to their own, but that wouldn't work for me. Anyway, that was more than a year and a half ago now. She hadn't mentioned it again, so I thought they'd knocked the idea on the head. But a few months ago, she came to me and said that James had been on a few dates, apparently with a couple of women he'd met online. She said he told her all about it beforehand and even showed her pictures before he messaged them. So she said she was okay with it. Well, not exactly thrilled with the idea, but she was glad he was at least being open and honest about it. But then he'd started to see one of the women exclusively on a regular basis. I asked her if she met anyone. I was actually quite shocked when she said she'd been for a drink with a man she'd met online. She said he was really nice. She said they had a nice drink and they'd arranged to meet again for another date when he gets back from his holidays. Last week, Mary said she and James were having a quiet night in for the first time in ages. She said James had made them a nice meal. Then halfway through their meal, someone was hammering on the front door. A man was yelling through the letterbox for James to come outside and open the door. Mary said she told James that he shouldn't go out there, but he wouldn't listen. Mary said she was standing behind James when the man landed James with a punch to the eye and stomach. Then a woman got out of the car, and it was the woman James had been seeing. Mary said the woman had a smug look on her face, took her husband by the arm and said, "Come on, babe." James was still doubled over on the floor, and the man turned round just before they walked down the path and said, "Stay away from my wife." I asked Mary, what did James have to say about all this? Well, she said he was really shaken up by the whole thing. He said the woman had told him they had an open marriage, so he can't understand any of it. But he's not dead gotten in touch with her, and he's got her blocked, so she can't contact him. James has now apparently come off all the apps. Says it's more trouble than it's worth. But Mary said she still wants to see the guy she met online. They're still in touch. She said they've got a lot in common. She'd like to see where it leads.